Hello, this is Dylan Miller on Daily Dose of Dylan. I am on Google Podcasts, Spotify, and iHeartRadio now. Another option, listen to me is Spreaker. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Stafford trade again. I feel like I have some, interesting views on it. I'm also going to be covering, Dustin Pedroia retired from the Red Sox today, from baseball, basically. So I wanted to start off with the Lions trade. Jesus, sorry about that. My phone just fell. So this was more about McVay, the trust in McVay. It was about Sean McVay. The owner has plenty of belief in him. He gave up 3 first-rounders here. And that's like Bill Walsh level trust there. For your GM to, for your owner to just say, I'm giving up these picks, and I'm going to trust McVay to make this whole thing work now that we got rid of who was seemingly the problem in this, on this team. Because there was, and all signs pointed to Goff being the problem. Every game they lost, they lost the game to the Dolphins, and the Dolphins only had 8 first downs. The defense played outstanding that game, but what happened? Goff had 4 turnovers. They lost to the Niners with Nick Mullins. Why? Goff had 3 turnovers. This is great belief in McVay here for the Rams. And I think it's going to work. Because Stafford, I do believe in Stafford's talent. And I think the Rams, they didn't really need the picks because they don't really have any needs anymore. They got the coach. They got the great O-line. They got good wideouts. They have a talented running back. And they have a top 2 defense. On the other side, the Lions, this is good for them. Because when you have to rebuild, you have to get rid of anyone who was there prior to, anyone who contributed to the team prior to the rebuild. Stafford was the only person who really contributed, and they got rid of him. Like when the Thunder started to rebuild, they got rid of both Paul George and Russell Westbrook, the 2 people who contributed. So Stafford's very talented. When he had a top 5 defense, the one time, he went 11-5. And now he has a top 2. They jumped from 18-1 odds to the 13-1 odds to win the Super Bowl. That's the 6th best in the league. It will be tough to get through the Packers. They clearly still have to get through the Bucks. And the Niners are coming back up, so we don't know where they're going to be. But I like this trade for both teams. I think it's a win-win. So Tony Romo, I talked about his take on Mahomes being in a legacy game. I agree with that. He is comparing Mahomes and Brady matchup to if a Jordan and LeBron played. The great thing about this, about these GOAT debates is, when you look at talent, Brady never had the talent of Rodgers. He never moved like Elway. You know, we talked about I think it's about like 5 years ago, people started talking about Rodgers being the GOAT with 1 Super Bowl. You know why? Because he has the arm and the athleticism of a GOAT. Brady does not have the arm and athleticism of a GOAT. Rodgers does. Bill Russell has 11 rings. That's almost double what Michael Jordan has. But Jordan was cool and glamorous, and he looked like a GOAT. Kareem might be the GOAT. He has more points, more boards, more All-Star games, more finals appearances, and also has 6 rings. He's probably better than Michael Jordan. but Jordan played like a GOAT, as well as going 6-0, and winning 5 MVPs and 6 Finals MVPs. If Mahomes wins this second Super Bowl, people are going to start saying he's the GOAT. 2 Super Bowls, he looks like a GOAT. Rodgers, people started arguing Rodgers when he had 1 Super Bowl, and some people were like, whoa, Brady has 4, what are you doing? Mahomes plays like a GOAT, and already has 2, and would already have 2 rings, so it does make sense as to why people would say he is the GOAT. But honestly, I still believe Brady's arm is underrated. Very underrated. I think he throws a beautiful deep ball. Definitely. And we know he throws a good short ball. It was kind of dank and dunk in New England. But, so I just don't feel like I put that in a very understanding way. I feel like you know what I mean, though. Like, Jordan was cool and glamorous. Bill Russell was kind of boring. So it does, and Jordan also won 6 rings, 6 for 6. So that's why a lot of people think he's the best. But Brady wins like a GOAT, while Rodgers and Mahomes play like a GOAT. Alright, so I read this. Stafford refused to go to New England. He said, send me anywhere but New England. Send me anywhere but the team with the best coach ever. This is not about Belichick, though. Sorry, that didn't make sense. I don't think this is about him not thinking the Pete. I don't think it's about him not thinking highly. No. Yeah, sorry. People are saying it's about Matt Patricia. First of all, I didn't see any reports saying they hated each other, and he's not even a coordinator there anymore. So it doesn't make sense. I think this is about the system no longer being attractive. You have to buy, when you're the star player, you have to buy into a system. You have to take pay cuts, buy into it. When Duncan bought into Popovich, and that's why everyone on the Spurs cooperated and won 5 or 6 championships. Once Duncan left the Spurs, I was like, this is old, get me out of here. And now Tom Curran, very reliable reporter for the New England, said they are going to be uncharacteristically aggressive this offseason. Now thinking about this, they were trying to trade for Stafford. He said no. And the Rams are aggressive. A lot. I saw a report that they pursued trading for Rodgers, when I think Green Bay knows damn well they're nowhere without Rodgers. Well, they're somewhere, because, I mean, even without Rodgers, I think Adams is a top 5, top 3 receiver. They do have a great whole line, and they do have a solid defense and a progressive head coach. But the Rams, I mean, because there's certain places that are just more attractive than Boston. Rams have a great offensive coach. They have warm weather. They're an attractive destination. Any team in California is an attractive destination. The Niners are attractive. Great coach. Great defense. Very warm weather. It's there are many places that are more attractive than the Pats. I mean, Tampa Bay, they got a bunch of free agents this year because they got warm weather, and they always had the leverage saying we have Brady. And Arians is he is a good coach. All right, so here is some of the recent news across the NFL, NBA, MLB. Here we go. All right. So Gronk says there's more There is more freedom of being yourself in Tampa Bay than there was with the Pats. That's the difference he said there was between the Pats and the Bucs. More freedom of being yourself. And for Gronk to say this, like, Gronk was always the outlier on the Patriots. The Patriots were always, like, blue-collar, hardworking, and Gronk was this, Gronk was always his own personality. I mean, clearly, something isn't right down there with the Patriots. Brady threw 40 touchdown passes, Pats threw 10. The difference is much wider. Arians and Brady are an interesting mix of personalities. Brady is kind of like, let's play safe, and Arians is kind of loose, like, let's throw it down. Both Arians and Brady are set. They've both had great careers, so they're kind of set career-wise. So there's more flexibility down there, and it's working very well. So, Watson has removed all Texans references from social media. He changed his bio to just athlete. So, no, you're not going to get full value from the trade, but you can get close to the full value if you make the right trade. It seemed like the Cavs were getting the right value for Kyrie Irving. Like, as honestly, when you think about it, it wasn't really a loss for the Cavs. Because when you look at the trade now, it was the dirtbag Kyrie Irving for Isaiah Thomas missing a hip, Jay Crowder, and Colin Sexton. And we traded Crowder and Isaiah Thomas. So it was really just Kyrie for Sexton. That's a good trade, I think. Because Kyrie is he's just not a good person. And we're doing fine with Sexton right now. I mean, we're actually 7th in the East, so the Cavs are doing well with him. So if you make the right trade, you can get close to the right value for Watson. So I didn't watch the Wizards last night. I've kind of given up on watching the Wizards because it's agonizing to watch Bradley Beal dominate every night and not win. I've seen it on social media. That was insane. Bro, think of how good Beal would be with a contender. He's so talented. I honestly think a great spot for him. Hold on. Oh, God, it's not in my head anymore. Bro, I had a great spot for him, though. I think he kills with the Nuggets. I think if he goes to the Nuggets, it's such a good place. You would have Murray at the 1, Beal at the 2, I believe Harris at the 3, Millsap at the 4, and Jokic at the 5. They would run through the West. So I would love to see Beal there. But that's it for the news there. For now, there's going to be more, obviously. So the Texans reportedly want multiple high picks for Watson. So who has the most power in the NFL right now? Belichick and Andy Reid have a lot of power. But when you look at the contract, who has the biggest contract in the NFL? John Gruden. So I'm going to propose a trade here for the Raiders. For the Raiders to get Deshaun Watson. I know it's crazy. I like Derek Carr. I'd stick with him. But you can never go wrong with Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson is better than every quarterback in the league with the exception of Allen, Mahomes, and Rodgers. So any team not named the Chiefs, Bills, and Packers should be fine getting Watson.